Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. It's the start of a new week of vlogs. It is a rainy, kind of dreary Saturday, but I am heading off to Orlando just for the day. Have a couple things today. First of all, they're showing the classic Brendan Fraser Mummy at City Walk today as part of like a summer retro movie series that they're doing. So Michael and I are gonna go see The Mummy, which I haven't seen him in a while, I guess since our last epic day together, since he missed the Joe Bob night. So excited to go see The Mummy, and it's one of my favorite movies. I saw it in theaters when it first came out. Excited to get to see it in theaters again, and it's there at City Walk at the Cinemark. So heading to Universal for that, and then tonight the Orlando Science Center is doing an adults only night. It's superhero themed because they have a superhero exhibit that's going up, but it's got a bunch of like lectures for adults. There's trivia, there's special events, there's all sorts of stuff. There's bars if you're into that kind of thing. It's a one night only event, so it's not like it's something I can promote to tell you to go check out if it's good. It's just tonight, and then they'll do it again sometime, but it'll have a different theme. So doing that tonight. That's from 8 to 11:30, and then I'll drive back home. So that's the plan. Time to load up the car, but I did already have breakfast, so I'll show you that, and then it's time to head off to Orlando. Well, here's my fancy Saturday breakfast because I have leftover asparagus. So I only had one regular egg left, so I did a fried egg, and I have a hard-boiled egg, my bagel, some asparagus, a little bit of soy for dipping the hard-boiled egg in. That is my Saturday breakfast. Also, Mike went and had breakfast with his dad today and stopped by Dutch on his way home, so I have Dutch Bros for the drive there. Very exciting. So off to Orlando we go. I'm in my mummy attire to start the day, and I'm gonna change into some sci-fi clothes for later to fit the theme of that event. You gotta match the theme. I've arrived to Universal. It did not rain on the drive here, which was nice, but they put me on the roof. I am parked on the roof, which in Florida summer, it's not where you want to park when there's a parking garage, but I didn't get to choose. So I'm here on the roof. I put my sun shield up, so hopefully that'll help, and it should be like evening by the time I'm coming back, so hopefully it won't be too brutal. Plus it's a cloudy day, so fingers crossed. But into Universal we go to go watch The Mummy. Well, this is a perk of being parked on the top of the garage. You know, the past month and a half has been all about epic, but I still love regular Universal too. And I do think we're gonna pop into the park because we're gonna go watch The Mummy. And Michael's like, if we're going to see The Mummy, we have to go ride The Mummy. So I think we're gonna go see the movie, ride The Mummy, get dinner, and then I'll head off to my other event. But there she is. Speaking of How to Train Your Dragon last night, the ads are ready. June 13th, but we're here for this. The Mummy, 3 p.m. That's us. Well, we rode The Mummy successfully. We had to do single riders because the regular line was kind of cray. 40 minutes and it was not moving very much. So we did single riders. Had to get a locker for our How to Train Your Dragon goodies. But success. Saw The Mummy, rode The Mummy. Now we're heading out. Ooh, it's already getting hot again. When we were walking in, I was like, oh man, it is so much nicer today than it was 2 weeks ago when I was here. But as you can tell by my cheeks, it got a lot warmer. The breeze died down or something. But almost back to my car. Off to the Science Center we go. Okay, I am back home from science night. It was a good time. Mostly just the normal Orlando Science Center exhibits, but I hadn't been there since like 2012. So most of that felt very new to me. There's only a couple things I actually remembered. There were lots of bars, so if you were into that kind of thing, there were bars through it, DJs, special science talks. It was a good time, and mostly just really fun to be in the Science Center without a bunch of kids, because I feel like science museums especially are very kid heavy. They're kind of more kid centric museums. So to get to do the interactive exhibits and that kind of stuff without it being swamped with kids was a lot of fun, especially for only $20. I mean, $20, that's nothing. That was a good time. Drive home was easy. I am going to take a rinse off shower and then go to bed. But seeing the Mummy again was super fun too. Carolfish was delicious. I had not watched The Mummy straight through in years. It's one of my favorite movies, so I've seen it a million times. And even though I hadn't seen it in years, I could still, like, there were moments where I was still like, oh, I know what line's coming next. And I was having to refrain from quoting it because the girl next to me, I'm pretty sure, had never seen it before. The way she was reacting to things, I don't think she'd ever seen the movie. So I stayed quiet and didn't quote the whole movie, but I was tempted, you know, like I am a librarian. So many good lines. And then like the wrong side of the river. Just great movie. So it still holds up 26 years later. The CGI, not terrible for being 26 years old. And cast fantastic, movie fantastic. Was glad to go see it. And I got my little How to Train Your Dragon cup. I got my toothless cup. So all in all, a win. So now it's time for a shower and bed. I'll see you guys tomorrow. This is what happens when you wake up Sunday morning to watch Doctor Who, because everyone's like, make sure you watch before you get spoiled. And I wasn't spoiled. So I'm just straight up sobbing. It's a good morning. I literally like rolled out of bed, changed into like my comfy pajamas, not the one pajamas I actually sleep in, and watched. And managed not to be spoiled. And I'm still recovering. It's been like a solid 10 minutes since it ended, and I'm still sobbing. Oh, Bean, why'd they do this to me? Oh my gosh. I can't stop. Like, the tears started, now I can't stop. I'm sure by the time you guys see this video, it's a week later, and the way this is all over social media, like, I'm sure if you're a Doctor Who fan, you've already watched, and if not, you've probably already had it spoiled for you. So I'm just gonna talk about it. I don't know that there's that many Doctor Who fans that watch my vlogs anyway. So I'm just gonna talk about it. And maybe that'll help me stop crying. So that was the end of the 15th Doctor. Normally, when a doctor is leaving, when the actor is leaving, you get warning because they have to go through the casting process of picking the new doctor. And so that doesn't ever keep under wraps, so they always like announce it. They always are like, this is gonna be so-and-so's final season, and you know that a regeneration is going to happen. And that's happened literally every season. There's a little bit of a twist 2 seasons ago, well, not 2 doctors ago, because we knew Ncuti was going to take over as the 15th, or we knew Ncuti was gonna be the next doctor. And then when Jodie Whittaker's doctor regenerated, she turned into David Tennant instead of Ncuti. So that was like a big twist, and everyone was like, what? And that ended up just being like a 3-part special with David Tennant, who then David Tennant's doctor turned into Ncuti. So that was a twist. There were rumors circulating that Ncuti was only going to do this season, but there had been nothing officially announced. And so there was speculation that he was still going to be around next season, but it was going to be different. And so in my mind, I was thinking, you know, they haven't announced anything, so nothing's going to happen this episode. This was the season finale. Nothing's going to happen this episode, but they always do a special, like a New Year's, they've done Christmas special. They did New Year's specials for a while. I think they're back to Christmas specials. Anyway, there's always a special. And so in my mind, I was like, well, they're certainly going to announce it if he's leaving, and they'll do it in a special because they haven't announced anything. No, I was wrong. They kept this really well under wraps because he regenerated at the end. So that's the end of Inshuti. He only did 2 seasons. I'll talk about that more in a moment. They kept it really well under wraps because when he regenerated into, the actress's name is Billie Piper, who played Rose in the first multiple seasons of New Who. So Rose was the first companion in the new series of Doctor Who that started 20 years ago now, in 2005. So she was Rose, and this is following the trend of like Jodie Whittaker's Doctor turned into David Tennant, which that was a face that he had already been. It wasn't the same Doctor. It was just like taking on the same face. And now I'm sure there's going to be some sort of reason as to why when he regenerated into a face that was already familiar to him. I assume they're gonna do that. You know, it's obviously not Rose, it's just the same actress, but it's gonna be some sort of reason as to why the Doctor regenerated into Rose's face. But so that's really cool. Like, Billie Piper's great. That's really exciting. Have a second female Doctor be Billie Piper, like that's really fun. Like, obviously I loved her as Rose, so I'm sure I'm going to enjoy her as the Doctor. I'm sure that's super fun for her. It's Russell T Davies who was the showrunner when she was Rose, so I'm sure they have a relationship. Like, I'm perfectly excited for that, but I just didn't have the emotional readiness to say goodbye to Inshuti. So he started going through like regeneration stuff, but then it stopped. So I was like, okay, we're fine. And then he went back in the TARDIS and started regenerating again. I was like, no, stop, don't go. So yeah, now I'm still just over here crying because I wasn't prepared to say goodbye. And this happens almost every time a Doctor leaves. Like, I just get really emotional because you say goodbye to them and that version of the Doctor's gone. But I think the only other time I've cried this bad was Matt Smith's Doctor, which was really weird because he's not my favorite. David Tennant is my favorite. David Tennant's was very sad, but there was something about the writing of Matt Smith's goodbye that just broke me, and I think this officially broke me worse. This is worse than I cried for Matt Smith. So, and Ncuti gets that that claim now. I just absolutely adored him. Like, truly just loved him. And David Tennant's still my favorite Doctor. Like, the writing and everything for David Tennant's season is still just my absolute favorite, but just as a person and just like his heart and soul, I just loved Ncuti, and like 2 seasons was not enough. I'm very sad. And I'm gonna try to pull myself together. Probably the most I've ever cried on camera for a vlog because it's just me talking about Doctor Who. So I'm like, you know, it is what it is. I'm sharing my moment. But damn, I'm not ready to say goodbye. I'm so glad it wasn't spoiled for me. Like, I knew something big happened because I had 4 different people message me yesterday that was like, Doctor Who, have you watched Doctor Who? And I was in Orlando, so no, I didn't watch. And then I saw someone warn, like, if you have not watched Doctor Who, stay off social media. So I just went to bed. Like, I didn't even scroll anything. I just went to bed. And then literally I woke up, checked my messages, did not look at any social media, and just came out and watched because I did not want to risk it. And I'm so glad it wasn't spoiled for me. Because I had this kind of reaction because it was the, you know, real emotion that I was feeling. Like, I was not crying until literally the moment, like, I was like 100% bought into the episode and like emotionally invested in the episode and what happened in it. But I wasn't crying up until literally they showed Billy's face and it became real to me that like Ncuti was done and that this was actually happening. And then like the overwhelm of like him leaving and it being Billy Piper, it was just like like I just started sobbing and I haven't been able to stop. So, oh, just absolutely gutted. I mean, I can always go back and rewatch his seasons, and I'm sure I will, but, and I absolutely adore him, so I hope he eventually comes to MegaCon or something, because I will absolutely pay money to meet him. He is just, I just love him. I absolutely love him. I'm gonna miss him so much. So that was a 9-minute ramble session on Doctor Who, but it's obviously like my favorite thing. It's like my favorite show. So very emotionally invested. 20 years. I mean, I haven't been watching for 20 years. I've been watching for 12 now. Because I started watching in 2013. So I was late to the game, but I binged through. I started watching live with Peter Capaldi's Doctor. So I binged all the other seasons up until Peter Capaldi, and then Peter Capaldi was the first one that I started watching as they came out. But still, 20 years worth of Doctor Who that I've watched and invested in. And honestly, when Jodie Whittaker's Doctor popped into the episode, that's what I thought everyone was freaking out about, because I was like, something big happened and Jodie Whittaker arrived. I'm like, that's what everyone's freaking out about, that Jodie Whittaker was there. We didn't know she was going to be there. And I should have known at that moment that that was the goodbye episode, because like when she popped in, I should have known. I should have known that that was like legit, he was going to regenerate and leave. But you know, I was just being optimistic. So all right, now it's been 11 minutes of rambling about Doctor Who. I'm gonna go console myself. I'm so sad. Okay, well, I've recovered. We came out for lunch at Good Liquid and got a flight. I wanted the 3 sours because I love sour beer, and they have 3 different ones, and the flight comes with 4, so Mike just got the coconut key lime as well, so he can have his own. So blood orange, coconut key lime, and tropical. We got a blueberry spritz mocktail. And now just trying to decide some lunch. Dinner. Started with the Cali egg rolls. Okay, so I went for the Cobb salad. Mike got the coconut crown. Looks so good. Okay, it's Monday morning. I'm having breakfast. I have cookie dough, overnight oats, and avocado toast because I'm out of my eggs. I haven't been to the store yet. So that is breakfast. Okay, so it's Monday. You know what time that means? It is time for the planner. Montage time. Okay, home from the grocery store. Have the groceries for the week. Bean is climbing me to try to get to said groceries. Oh, ow, those are my legs. They're attached. I got chicken. I was going to have a rotisserie chicken to make dinner tonight, but they had no rotisseries. It was gonna be like another 30-minute wait. So I'm gonna shift things around. I think I'm gonna cook this chicken tonight and we'll get a rotisserie another night. Eggs, the low carb tortillas were BOGO. Dave's bagels, the usual bell peppers, cucumbers for my salad, tomatoes, asparagus, broccoli, sweet potatoes, regular potatoes, onion, squash, all for various nights. The Chobani creamer was BOGO, which is a steal because that stuff's expensive. Got some whole wheat pasta for some recipes. Got some seasonings, chicken, and Tony Chachere's. Classic. We needed more mustard. Got some peanut butter of my Yasso bars this time. And I had the cheddar Catalina Crunch from Sam's, but I want to try the traditional cottage cheese, cream cheese, turkey lunch meat, bacon, ketchup, and Pam, because we were almost out of those. Ricotta cheese for a recipe, pico for a recipe, feta for my salads, some Italian chicken sausage for a recipe, same with the spinach, and some more mozzarella. So that is the haul for this week. You'll see what I make as the days go on. Here's my lunch. I've got half turkey Sammy, some popcorners, and a Wickles pickle. I lied, that's a Grillo's pickle. Here's tonight's dinner. We've got some Parmesan chicken with broccoli and some whole wheat spaghetti. This dog. Yeah, you. I'm talking about you. You live a hard life. The air potatoes are coming back. The air potato vines. So I said, we have air potatoes in the trees. We have a ground potato in the yard. Look at this potato. Basking in the sun. Oh, is it enough? This was his second spot. He's already been sunning for a while. That might have been too toasty woasty. I think that was the end. Stick a fork in me, Mama. I am done. Is that it? You're done? Two toasties? Yeah, I thought so. Well, hello everyone. Happy Tuesday. It is now Tuesday late afternoon. I am hopping in the car to drive to Hollywood Studios to say goodbye to the Muppets. I don't own any Muppets shirts, so I just went with Hollywood Studios theming, went with my Star Wars shirt, but yes, it's the bittersweet goodbye to the Muppets, and it's probably gonna be raining all night, so I didn't even bother. I'm just going natural curly hair because it's probably just gonna turn into a giant poof ball from the humidity out there anyway, and I think it's gonna be raining all evening, so I gotta take my umbrella. But off to Orlando we go, and then don't worry, Colby, I'm coming right back. I'll be back tonight, okay? Yeah, whatever. I have arrived at Hollywood Studios. Got the trusty umbrella because I'm pretty sure it's gonna rain at some point here. I think Doug is already here. Everybody else showing up later. So, don't know what we'll get up to just a little bit while we wait for everyone else to get off work, but it's looking a little ominous around. But I haven't been to Hollywood Studios in a really long time. I've parked here to go get corn dogs, and I've parked here to ride the Skyliner, but I have not actually been inside the park in probably about a year. I think a little less than a year. Hollywood Studios is not my park, but I gotta say goodbye to the Muppets. Oh yes, the kids are out of school and the summer crowds are definitely here. Oh my. So Doug said he is in the tune-in lounge, so I'm gonna go find him there. But yeah, the parking lot is very full. There are a lot of people at Disney for the summer already. But because it's kind of cloudy and overcast, it's not miserable out tonight, so that's a nice thing. This is what it's like living in Florida. You just pop into Disney for an evening, because why not? Do a quick little park view. Say hi to Gertie. I love when it storms and Hollywood Tower is like right there, just in its glory.
Wow, is that weird or what? Hey, Tom! Tom, over there. Mr. Mickey Mouse.
Hello, hi.
Hello everyone, it is now Wednesday. I'm back home. This is my breakfast today. I've got dark chocolate sea salt overnight oats, an egg, and soy sauce. Ooh, hurry up, Bean, it's pouring. Poor Bean had to go potty. He couldn't wait. It's getting worse, it's pouring rain. Very rainy, drizzly day today, for sure. And now it's lunchtime. Having my standard turkey sandwich, salad, and spicy queso popcorners. These are really good. So that is lunch. We'll have a little chat afterwards. Well, hello everyone. It is a Thursday afternoon. Just filmed my Horror Nights video because we had a Fallout announcement today. So busy day for me, which means I filmed my video, and then late tonight we will record the RAP Tour podcast version of it. So that is done. One thing crossed off my to-do list. Makes the Thursdays very hectic, but at least I knew this one was coming, so at least I had like the knowledge that this was probably gonna be how my day went. So it's easier when it's like that because I mentally was already prepared for spending Thursday doing this. So that's the plan. I haven't talked about saying goodbye to Muppets, so maybe I'll do that a little later. But for now I need to get some more work done, and once I'm done, I'll chat with you guys about that. Well, now it is a Thursday evening. As you can tell, I'm all set up to record the podcast. So yeah, we're gonna record this, and then I'm going to make dinner. Mike is off playing hockey. So dinner's gonna look a lot like last night, which I forgot to show you last night. I realized after we were done eating, I was like, I didn't vlog dinner. So I'll show you what I'm making tonight. It's very similar to what I made last night, but first, the podcast. And here's dinner. Got a sweet potato. I've got 3 ounces of shredded chicken in buffalo sauce, some sour cream, pico, and peas. Similar to last night. Last night was a regular baked potato with broccoli, and I seasoned the chicken differently, but same idea. Colby, what did Dad bring you? Did Dad bring you pretzel? No more tippy taps? They're all done? He's so polite. Oh my gosh. Oh no, Dad.
This is a disaster.
Dad. I'll give you all the paws. Just take all of them. Just whatever many you want. Just take them all. Nom 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 nom. Pretzel. The best night. Give me more. Nom nom nom. Now watch the dog who's not polite. Foster.
Yeah, we got his piece.
Oh. I missed it. Not so polite. Nom nom nom.
Gimme.
Well, it is Friday. I didn't film breakfast, but here's my lunch. A little different today. Going for a snack plate. turkey cheese, more cheese, crackers, some pickled items, mustard for dipping, and my little salad.
1933 on it if it's from the 80s.
Because that's the year the Zippo was invented.
What a year to be alive in 1933.
The unemployment rate was 25%.
That means 3 out of 4 people were happy.
It was the worst economic disaster in history. Nobody was happy.
Joe Bob time, obviously. First movie is a classic one from 1958. Earth versus the Spider. That's our movie tonight. Or movie one at least. Nice 1950s sci-fi. Alright guys, well it is Saturday morning. I did not end the vlog last night, but I did watch the first part of Joe Bob. That movie was hysterical. It was a 1958 creature feature with a giant spider. Very enjoyable actually. Had a good time watching that one. But then the second one was going to be some wrestling movie from 2024 that Darcy picked for her birthday, and that wasn't for me. And my crew always falls asleep after the first movie anyway. In fact, Michael didn't make it through the end of the first movie. He almost made it. There was like maybe 20 minutes left and he fell asleep. So he did good that night. But anyway, that is the end of this week's vlog. I said we were gonna talk about Muppets and we never did. I got busy. But today, since it is Saturday, is the actual final day of the Muppets 3D vision at Hollywood Studios, which is crazy because it's been there for over 30 years and it's crazy to see it go. But we're getting the Muppets roller coaster instead that's replacing Rock and Roller Coaster. So it'll still have Muppets presence, just not with the show anymore. So I was glad I got to go on Tuesday, got to see it twice, say my goodbyes, and now we make way for Monsters, Inc. So yeah, that's another chapter of Disney closing, but I was glad I got to go say goodbye. So with that, I am going to sign off and I will see you guys in next week's vlog. Bye.